Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Yeah, and then he had a blindfold on.
What?
And then the other guy says, "How many fingers?"
Did he guess right?
And I said, "Is that a threat?" Welcome,
Wow.
everybody.
Welcome everybody back. It feels
Friday
like not
night
that
in
long ago.
I know.
We're back to Friday nights. Doesn't feel like all that long ago because it
We're
wasn't.
not going to go for 2 in a week. Right? No.
You're doing
This
all
is
right.
not going to be a trend.
We know.
I was actually asked in the week, "Are we slacking off?"
What? Are
Yeah,
we slacking off?
yeah. For
The
Justin
one
asked
time.
me, "Are we slacking off?"
The one time.
Because he normally has it sort of at the start of the week and listens to it at the start of the week. I said, "Yeah, just hold on, mate. It's coming.
Just
coming."
chill. Because
We did it Monday night.
we did it. But tonight is episode 29 of the Two Dads podcast. TOO Dads, because we're 1 and 2, which we are, and we're
It's
both
not because
dads.
we're 1 and 2,
No,
because we
true.
are
Too much
very
like dads.
much like dads.
Yeah, then
We
if you
are.
haven't met us before, I am the Uberman.
Yep. Phil goes outside in
There's
his
the other
sandals to empty the bins.
I do.
He is
I
the
do.
Uber man. I am the other man.
He's the
We
other
are
man.
very much like dads.
Wear socks now. 'cause
We
it's
are very
cold.
much like dads.
Welcome to the channel. If you're new, appreciate you coming by. If you're a returning, visitor, thank you. Thank you for joining us here on
Thank you.
this Friday evening. It's bucketing down here in Melbourne.
It is.
Yeah, and
We thank you for your patronage.
yes, for episode 29, and those who are tuning in on Spotify, thank you. We appreciate
And
you
remember, we are the
recognizing.
number one for value in the podcast world.
Number one.
You get more bang for your buck out of the two dads.
That's right.
If you want hours, we will give you hours.
We will give you hours, mate. If you need hold music, put it on the Two Dads podcast.
Yeah, we are more than happy to advertise
Yeah,
your business
hell yeah,
on the whole
absolutely.
music for the Two Dads podcast.
You'll have no objection from us. How you doing, Sid, on this fine Friday evening?
I am well. No one has removed the sand from my jandals.
Oh, no one's moved the sand from the jandals. We've
my
We've
jandals.
upped the game.
We've moved from the jam and the donut.
We've moved away from the jam donuts up to the
I don't know if anyone's
The
ever heard that
jandals.
expression, the sand in the jandals.
jandals.
Have you ever heard that one?
I have. It's very New Zealand, the jandals, isn't it?
Yeah. Sand in your jandals.
Jandals. We're the only ones
Jam
who
in your
call
donuts.
thongs the wrong things. But anyway, that's for another podcast.
Flip flops.
Flip flops.
Exactly. What is it? Okay, so one of the cornerstone things of being a dad
Yeah.
is jokes.
Cool. The foundation, yes.
The other one is your puns.
Has to be
There's
funny.
no dad anywhere worth his salt that
No.
doesn't offer up a pun for the kids or for the wife.
Yep. Correct.
And
Correct.
always gets that, that stare of
The eye roll. If you're not getting the eye
seriously.
roll, you haven't made it yet. You just
Yeah.
haven't made it.
If you're not getting the eye roll,
You got to work on your material.
yeah, you really got to work in your stuff. So
Let's give him some examples. Give him some examples, Sid. Let's help the weaker brethren, as Mr. Wills used to say. The weaker brethren.
Money. The weaker brother will help the weaker brother.
Yeah.
We'll help you get into the mood. It's
Yep.
Friday night.
Oh yeah.
It's time to unwind.
Right.
There's no idiot that sent you that email
Yep.
right at the end of the day asking for a whole lot of things. Everything is good.
Everything
Everything is
golden.
calm.
Sure is.
So if everything is calm, well, we are going to go in. We are going to go international.
Oh, we are.
Yeah,
Phillip Island?
we are going to go international.
Phillip
No,
Island
that's-
International? It's over water.
That's over the bridge.
Oh well. So we're going to Tassie.
It's not quite. It's more north than Tassie. but if you're a fan
Where we going?
of the genre,
genre.
you may have found a place where you can do your laundry.
Oh.
All right.
I want to see what this is all about. Let's see if the technology stacks up.
Because if you like the Ring movies, The technology's let us down.
Ah.
You can go to Lord of the Rinse. You just have to take my word for it. It's a laundromat in the Philippines.
Lord of the Rings laundry shop. Oh man, that is brilliant. Oh, that's clever. How did you come across this? How'd you find this one?
I have my ways.
You do have your ways.
Lord of the Rinse.
Lord of the Rinse. Brilliant.
If you love the genre
Brilliant.
and you have the ring on the necklace around your neck,
Oh, I love it. I love it.
the precious. You can go to the laundromat.
What kind of tokens do you reckon you use?
Hey,
see, it's marketing. It's all.
See?
Can you imagine?
I'm sure they haven't thought that far into it. I think
Lord of
they've
the
just gone
Rings.
as far as the sign.
Oh,
Lord of the
man.
Rinse. There you go.
So good. See? Puns. There's a dad who knows his stuff right there.
It has to be a dad that
There's a
owns
dad who knows his stuff, man.
that owns the business. So
Uh,
I've seen a lot of love for coffee shops when it comes to
Yeah, you do.
when it comes to a pun.
You-
I'm not quite sure if this is actually a pun, but I just found it amusing.
let's
So
let's check it out. Let's check it out.
so you've heard the over there, wasn't it?
Oh,
There was one I found over there.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that was the name of a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And now you can go over there to one little place. Hey Phil,
Oh man.
where are you?
One little place.
One little
One little place. Great. See, this is what I love.
That's a good one.
This is what I love. The simplicity sometimes of the pun is what
Yep.
makes it funny. That's my opinion anyway.
And you start off with that, and you
You
build everything on pun. I'm sure they've got the merch inside. I'm sure they've got the everything for the cups. Everything would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'd find other things.
Of course. One little place.
So
Cheers to you.
would you like one little fork? Something
One little
like that.
cup. One little cup.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers. Oh, it's got the
And
butch.
today we got the kombucha
Focus.
focus passion fruit
Focus.
green tea
Passion fruit.
extract
Nice.
and theanine.
In who? In theanine?
Cheers.
What's
Theanine.
that? Cheers. And theanine. I like it.
I don't know if you can. You can't see it
What
because
is it saying? What is it saying?
It
Because you got the other
says-
picture up. If you take the picture down and put it up, we can.
hang on. Let's lose the technology and
Let's lose.
we can laugh.
Tell us what we've
at
got.
Something.
What are we focusing? What is it saying?
Can you see that?
I can see sparkling nootropic.
What is
What's nootropic?
nootropic?
Sparkling nootropic. What is that? I'm going to ask Siri.
I don't know.
Sparkling nootropic. Oh, must be good for you though.
But they've
Go the
But
gum.
they've got all the stuff on the blurb that no one reads.
Well,
You,
all the
you see that?
marketing.
Or is it
yeah,
a bit blurry?
natural and active ingredients, expertly blended.
Cheers to
delicious
that.
Bottles of, there you go. Cheers to that. Cheers to that.
So that was a good one. That was in Murrumbeena, I believe,
Murrumbeena. Ah, right. There you go.
which is a nice suburb in Melbourne.
It is. It's got a nice strip there of shops and coffee
Yes.
shops and restaurants
And one little place.
and one little place.
So
What do we got for us
I've
next?
saved the best for last.
Okay, good. As you should.
Okay, now I have not had a good run with Mexican restaurants. I've never.
Oh,
I
never found
can't
a
say
good
I've
one?
ever been to one that I thought, wow, is amazing. They all seem very.
I've been to one that
bland.
was amazing.
Yeah.
I have to admit. Yeah.
Are you a fan of for literature?
Oh, look, I'm always open to new things.
Would you think you'd be able to combine Mexican food and for literature? Would you
the
think this could be something you could do?
I'll tell you what, it wasn't not until this point in time. I think I'm about to be shown. I'm about to get
Well, if
educated.
you were a fan of both, you
Yes.
could go to Tequila Mockingbird.
The
You
famous
can't write
novel.
this stuff.
The famous novel that we had to read back in high school. Do you remember that? When we had to read it for English?
Yeah, that's why.
Tequila Mockingbird. Wow. That's brilliant.
Mate, there's some serious. That is the longest
Pun ever. Yeah.
bow I've ever seen, I've
Wow.
experienced yet.
Tequila Mockingbird. That I love it. That's clever. That is a fusion. That's a fusion in itself of Mexican
I'm just
and
struggle to
literature.
find words. Yeah, who's combining Mexican and literature? This guy,
This guy is,
Tequila Mockingbird.
and he's done it brilliantly. Brilliantly. I actually reckon that script is the same text script that's used on the cover of the book.
On the book.
I think so.
I just,
I think it is. Mate, that's brilliant. Tequila Mockingbird.
it is
And just to be clear,
salute worthy. For
I'm
the
sure
punnage.
everyone who's listening, you know, I'm assuming everyone knows, but in case you don't know, there is a novel, very famous novel,
Mhm.
To Kill
It's
a
It's
Mockingbird.
a movie as well.
And a movie. Yeah, black
I think
and white
there's
movie.
been more than one movies. Then there's been more than one movie. I think the remake
Oh,
was
they
with
remade it.
Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah,
There you go. To Kill a Mockingbird.
yeah.
And this is just a play on those words. To Kill a Mockingbird.
I
That's
can't imagine anyone that's going to Mexican that is a fan of Mexican restaurant is highbrow enough to actually know.
Don't know.
You know,
It's clever. It's clever.
shout out for Natalie. I know she'll love this one.
There you go, Natalie. Shout out to you.
She's a big fan for English lit.
She's a lit
I was
fan.
gonna say yes, she is.
She's fully lit. Nice. Go on.
And the puns continue.
And they keep rolling on.
So-
if anything, we're proving there's no limit.
What kind of music
Oh,
does a chiropractor listen to? Philip, what kind of music do chiropractors
oh.
listen to?
Snap, crackle, and pop.
You're almost there,
Oh, so there.
but
Okay.
not quite.
It's
The chiropractor's favorite movie is hip hop.
a hip hop.
Hip hop. No, hip hop.
Hip hop. I'm
The
close. I
chiropractor's
knew there was
favorite movie.
hip hop. There you
The
go.
cornerstone of daddom.
Jeez.
Cornerstones of daddom are the
Hip hop.
puns and the jokes.
Hip hop. Like it. Like it. I've had my hip popped. It's not fun. Does make a lot of noise though.
Stay tuned for more as we go on.
Oh, okay. We
So-
get into the serious part.
So, which episode are we up to?
We're up to episode 29.
Episode number 29 of the Two
29.
Dads podcast.
29.
Two Dads podcast.
Yeah.
We are sending out a love letter of common sense
To whom?
to the world's richest man,
Oh. Oh.
Elon Musk.
Is he the richest? Is he the richest now?
Twitter. He is.
He's the richest? Is he taking over
I bel-
Bezos?
Yeah,
Really?
I believe so.
Wow. I suppose when you got 44 billion lying around.
Yeah. Just that
Wow.
that kind of stuff falls out of
Elon
my
Musk.
side pocket every day.
Good old Elon. All
We're
right.
sending a love letter of common sense to Elon Musk.
What is the title of this particular love letter?
I was going to try to make it, smart, but
Poetic.
it doesn't really work. I was going to say Elon Musk Twitter, like Elon
Oh,
Musk Twitter,
Elon Musk Twitter.
or Elon Musk tweet.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, look,
So
I'm happy. Whatever you want to call it.
that's just gone down. That's just gone down
Long.
an alleyway that no one wants to
La
go
la la la
down.
la long la long.
Sorry for the production meeting.
Okay, now that we've actually, sorry, yes, that's the mid-podcast production
So,
meeting.
episode 29
It's
is
called
Elon Musk tweet
Must
exclamation mark. You know
Wait.
how much I love an exclamation mark.
Mate, nearly every second episode's got an exclamation mark in it. Elon Musk tweet.
Yes.
Like it. And what are we going to talk about?
You think that's a little bit
Oh, I like it.
for clever, or just
Nah, I
sounds
like
a little
it.
stupid?
Nah, it doesn't matter. Let's see.
Now
Let's talk
this
about
is
this.
only just recently happened, where the world's,
This week, wasn't
some
it?
would say, one of the most, well, he is the most eccentric
Oh,
billionaire, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't know many billionaires, but hey, he's very well spoken.
I just like to start off with the fact I do like Elon Musk.
Yeah, no, I think he's a great guy, doing good things.
Yeah.
Very driven.
But
very driven.
Is it right? This is the ethical part.
Mm-hmm.
Is it right for one man to have the control of a social media platform that is very influential in the world? Now, I have, doing some research, I found out that Twitter is actually for number 15 on the list, social media. First one being Facebook.
Yes.
So Facebook has followers in the billions around the world.
In the billions. Well,
but Twitter has followers in the millions. It's something like 400 and something of a million.
Yep.
For Twitter. Facebook, it's 1.9 billion.
Wow. Wow, there you go.
Something like that.
Wow.
So I guess we put it into the perspective of the numbers that it actually is.
You give those numbers, it sort of makes sense where they'll all stack up.
But for example, Mark Zuckerberg does not have full editorial hold over everything with Facebook.
Yeah.
Because there's a board, there's a whole lot of other, for layers and investors and so on. But Elon, he managed to raise the 44 billion. I feel like I should be doing that.
44 billion. I should do
$1 billion. I know.
I got the haircut for it.
You need to get the suits. $44 billion.
Minnie loves chocolate. Scotty don't.
Scotty don't.
Sorry. Come on, we're digressing. We'll be doing this all.
You can whip along. You can zip it. If you haven't watched any Austin Powers, please.
Yeah. Austin.
If you're tired of being told what you can and cannot say.
Dr. Evil makes those movies, man.
Yeah.
Dr. Evil he's the lead. He's the main character. He's the main dude. Not Austin. Not in my mind anyway. All right, let's wind this back.
I love with the chairs.
Don't start. Don't start. It will be
You've experienced podcast now the same thing that our wives start eye rolling when we.
They just get up and walk away now. They just walk off. Oh, there they go. There they go again. So yes, we do like Elon.
Elon Musk, yeah, we don't have a problem with Elon Musk.
No, not at all. But he managed.
Is it ethical?
How did he manage? So he managed to raise this 44 billion, and because he managed to raise it, and managed to purchase it, he's pretty much the one man. He's a one-stop shop. Buck stops with him. He can, I don't know, wipe someone's account. He can determine what can be tweeted, what can't be tweeted. Is that ethical?
So it's called content moderation.
Content
So
moderation.
previously, this was up to, for all intents and purposes, a whole room full of people who have positions in the company, and they try to make the platform ethical. Have a standpoint.
What happened to those people? What happened to those people? He bought them and he told them to move on?
Well, yeah, they've all been paid out. So all the shares, everyone that has shares in the company has received a payout. So
curious.
then it all goes to Elon and for the, I think, like Bear Stearns, Morgan Stanley, all the big banks, they've loaned him money. So he has loans as well. I believe half the amount he has raised himself, that's out of his own wealth.
Wow.
So he is
2 billion.
taking a big gamble for number 15.
Yeah, no, but there must be a reason, right?
Platforms.
But there must be a reason why he's doing it.
He believes that he's somehow safeguarding free speech.
So it turns into a platform you can say whatever you want and have no repercussions.
Within the law is what he says.
Within the law. Law relative to the country
that you're in.
That you're in, right?
But he himself has been known to shut people down that have an opposing view of him, of what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
So he also has to deal with the fact that he's now put forward that
is he going to
this is the platform that it's going to be.
He's going to walk the talk, is he?
That's right. Question. He's going to have to do it, and now he has put a fair slab of his own fortune,
a lot of skin
on the line for number 15 on the platform on the ladder of social media.
Yeah. Wow.
So there's a big C in the middle of Facebook, which is number 1.
Yeah, well, there's nearly...
And for Twitter, which is number 15.
Yeah.
So...
massive.
And with him having the purchase, which I mind you, the purchase is not 100% yet. It still has to go through all the processes. So it still may be shut down.
Okay. It's got to go through the securities...
all the legal ramifications and everything,
You have to go through the United States Securities Commission.
They've got to do all that. So...
yeah.
Is it ethical to allow one man all the power of so much influence?
Well,
of a social media platform.
It sounds like it's gone from a democratic process to an autocratic process.
There you go. This is where the ethical argument lies. He's wanting to make changes, like he wants to add sort of an edit switch on there, so that after you've sent a tweet out, you can actually then sort of edit it if there's things you don't like in it.
If things are someone else's tweet, or your own tweet.
Your own.
So you can correct your own tweet.
Yeah, but because at this point you are not able to. So once you've sent it, that's it.
It's out there.
I believe you can remove it, but you can't actually edit it.
But you can delete it, and it deletes off the entire platform across.
Even that, I don't think that actually works, because if someone has already retweeted it,
it's out there.
Yeah, it's.
I don't even know how Twitter works.
Stay out there.
Don't use it.
And he's also speaking about increasing the amount of characters. So I think it's 160 or 140 at the moment. I don't know. I don't know if that is what everyone thinks it's useful because it's actually
That
you have to be
limitation's
smarter in
probably-
order to
yeah.
say what you want to say in a limited amount of space. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So if you let people write 4 pages,
Oh mate, War and Peace.
yeah. So for Donald Trump is one of the reasons why
He's a tweet.
all this kind of thing
He's a
have
Twitter.
turned around because the whole
He's a Twitter.
presidency, he was basically ran the presidency from the platform.
Wow.
And
There you go.
it was through that platform that those riots in Washington, everything was incited.
Mhm.
And this is when Twitter, the people that run it, they switched off his account, of which Elon Musk was one of the opponents for that.
He said not to.
Yeah.
Wow. Because it's going against Trump's right to free speech.
That's right. But as we have said in the past, free speech, yes, we agree, but it comes at a responsibility. You cannot just stand behind free speech for you to say whatever you want.
And then not be held accountable for those statements. No, but that is an equivocal stance. We don't move on that. But if you're going to allow, then I guess it raises the question: if you want someone to have the freedom of free speech, and then have something like an edit function, like when you say something, they normally say, like back in the day, think before you speak.
That's right.
Right, think before you speak. Whereas now, if you just write something and then changing it, I didn't actually mean it that way.
Yeah,
it's normally the first way you said it is the first way you really meant it, because that's the way
and
how
plus,
you would have said it.
when it stays out there, you look like a gerbil because
exactly.
You've not thought and said the wrong thing.
You've just gone and flown off the handle, and which you can do in everyday life when you speak.
Yeah.
That's why the saying, that's why it goes, think before you speak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's.
I think personally, I don't like the idea. I don't like the idea that one person has that control. That's me personally. Particularly in a, we're all about, not that it's a democratic process, but what it does, it enables to have at least debate about what is ethically right to do, as opposed to someone's or an individual's perspective of what's ethical based on their viewpoint.
Yeah,
because it is similar to being a democratic and an autocratic sort of situation, right? So if Elon's the only guy, he can come in and say, you know what, such and such is tweeting this, I'm just going to shut down his account because I don't like it, or I think, or I believe. If it's not something within the scope of law, I get it. It's not him making the decision. It's him being Elon. It's Elon applying the law in that particular situation and then acting accordingly. That's different. That's why we have laws. Okay. But if it's just Elon saying, well, this guy keeps saying crap about me, I'm just going to shut him out.
Yeah.
And muzzle him, well, then doesn't that fly in the face of his free speech belief?
And is someone who is inherently eccentric able to navigate the intricacies of an influential social media?
That's why you just don't do
existence.
You might, I don't look. It's a lot of money.
44 billion.
44
billion. But
he's just got to
the
get
thing
it right.
is that now a lot of people are removing their accounts as well. So there's a significant amount of people that are removing their accounts because
they're just shutting themselves out.
They are of your opinion, and and they are thinking that it's even though, because it's what he says. He says that the platform is like what we know as really for the town square, which for those that are either on on YouTube or on Spotify. So in the olden days,
Mhm.
when there was just only for towns,
Mhm.
the people in the town would
You get to
be in
hear
the
you.
square on a regular basis in order
Yeah.
to know what's going on.
Yeah, they get to hear you.
Because that's
hear
where
you.
your
That
market
was the cool.
was. That's where
Yeah, they'd stand
yeah,
up,
you know,
and
with
they'd
the bell, the town crier.
yeah, that's it.
So
Exactly.
he's making an analogy that for the platform,
Mhm.
that's what it is in for modern society now. But
Well, it can be, and it is. I think social media is that uh, to a certain degree, because back in those days, the town square, people could say what they wanted to. But I tell you what, when they said something that didn't fit right, what happened?
yeah, because you're in front of the people, so they
Right?
would throw stones at you
Yeah,
or
exactly.
fruit
And
or have
that's
you in
it's no,
stocks.
and that's no different to what happens now. I mean, I know you're on Twitter. I'm not sure what sort of what the backwards and forward is, what
I
that's
only
like. But in
I
Facebook,
I only send the tweets about the
yeah.
two dads,
So
about the
yeah,
two dads, and that's it. That's all I
well,
do.
Facebook it can be, I see or read posts where complete strangers are having a massive debate
An
based on their own
argument.
opinions, an
Yeah,
argument basically, but
yeah,
strangers, right?
yeah.
Complete strangers. So you find that it is that type of that type of tool. That's what it's become.
Mm.
Uh, but again, it comes down to holding people responsible for what they say. If someone's being irresponsible, well, then that's where the question of law comes into it. And in Elon's case, if he's the buck stops with him, well, then I think he needs to tread very carefully if it's going to be an autocratic type or style decision making process when it comes to shutting of accounts and whatnot. Because if it's not black and white and he makes it too grey,
Yeah.
it's the platforms could potentially fail. People will
And the
start
other issue as well is that
leaving. I don't know.
he
Or
has also said that he wants to uh, remove a large amount of the advertising from the
wow,
platform.
how's he going to make money to pay this thing back?
This is the point. So at this point, 92% of the income
Mm-hmm.
for the platform
The advertising,
comes
100%.
from advertising.
They have
So
to be.
by reducing advertising, how is he going to uh, pay back all the loans? Look, he's very far from being a stupid man.
No,
So
no, that's what I'm saying.
there has to be
That's
a
why,
very grand plan that he has in
and that's
place.
my point. For him to go and purchase
Yeah.
something that's number 15 on the ladder,
Yep.
right, and pay people out and say, I want to have full control, that may not be forever. He may be doing it to clean shop, set it up, relaunch it. You never know. Don't know. And that's the thing. You just don't know. But he's a smart enough guy, and he's very forward thinking
Yeah.
enough to he can see something in his vision. He's envisioned it, and he sees this as part of that, like a piece in that jigsaw puzzle that he needs to fit
Yeah.
in order to get to that end goal.
I mean, is privatizing social media an added advantage, or is it only of making it worse?
So well, only time will tell. In all honesty, I guess the advantage is you if the well, it depends on the individual. The advantage may be that he's going to let it all run hell for leather. For example, with Trump, he
So
was
let
all
it rip,
for
tater chip, and that's
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Everyone can say
just
and
say whatever you want. But if you step outside the
post
bounds of
whatever
the
they
law,
want.
but if you step outside of the bounds of the law, you'll be held accountable based on the law. But not going to go shut down your account. Or that's what it has to be. He has to be very, very careful. If he starts shutting people's accounts down based on his own interpretation of what he believes is
Yeah.
right or wrong, outside of any application of law,
Yep.
that's when people, you've already said people have already started shutting their accounts. Why have
Yeah.
they started shutting their accounts down? What are they afraid of? What's concerning them to do that? But there has to
And
be
that's
something
it.
in place. There has to be something in place. You don't go spend 44 billion on something, just for the sake of saying, "Oh, I own a social media platform."
Yeah.
That's all. There's something. What? Let me put it to you this way: what business or enterprise is he in that isn't making him money right now? None.
Almost nothing. Yeah.
Right.
There's not much that he has.
Exactly. Right. So with Twitter, I can't say I guarantee, but I have high confidence that that's something that's going to be successful
Well,
in the long term.
yeah. There's no
But you just got to
way.
get it set up right. And I don't think he should be just him. It needs to be a board of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least 2 or 3. At least 3.
Yeah.
Minimum. Because that way you've got, majority rules. So you can't have just 2 people.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that it's going to be very interesting to see where it will end up. I'm not sure if I should go the Steve route on this and say the opposite, only because
Why? What's Steve saying?
No, just so that we're not just saying the same thing.
Nah.
That we're not agreeing. Yeah, but it's one of those things that you like Elon, but he's a little crazy. But you also know he's a very smart man.
Yeah, I know.
And it's why,
like saying
every
David
time you're
Goggins.
out on the road, you see a Tesla.
I saw one today.
And this guy's done that from scratch.
Yeah, from scratch.
Yeah.
Built this car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just think it's
something that successful now. Yeah. The dude can put a rocket in space and have it reverse back down to Earth.
He's a contractor for NASA.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a contractor.
Exactly.
A contractor for NASA, and he just started that up because he loves, space. He loves. He's a nerd, and that's what he loves. And
I'm telling you.
Even I've watched some films on where SpaceX is and all that. It's all just open. Like,
yeah, there's nothing to hide.
All these people are just standing on the side of the road, filming everything.
Yeah.
Then when they move the rockets, launch, like, it's not like how, for example, if a NASA, you wouldn't be able to get anywhere near where they're doing all the work on the rockets and the astronauts.
That's what I'm saying.
He's the one privatizing space. You can.
That's true.
It's the age of the civilian astronaut. If you have enough,
if you've got the money, you get a ticket.
Simple
as that right now, because of what it costs. But hey, there was a point in time where flat screen TVs were $30,000, and now you can get them for $900.
Yeah, and some people paid $8,000.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Long time ago.
But I'm saying, my point being is, in time, that civilian astronaut will be more and more in abundance. Like, you'll have more people who go, "Oh, yeah, I went to space, went up for the weekend."
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? In time, that's what will happen. Yep. So that's what I guess my point was. I don't think him buying this is going to be a flop, but I think one person, if the ethical question is one person calling all the shots, well,
on a social media platform, influences.
Yeah, that's where it starts to get, for me,
weak-minded people. I was going to say, but
it starts getting a bit dicey, because clearly the reason why that wasn't the case previously, and they had a group of people that made this decision, is because that's what worked.
I mean, you cannot think that every form of social media, someone, whether it's algorithms or a room full of people somewhere, are monitoring all the content, and they make decisions on on what happens to that content. Plus, when you send it out through the platform, it is no longer yours.
No, it's not. You pass that right. You give the right to
That's
the
right.
platform. That's what you've done. There's a
So-
transaction that's taken place, and
Yeah.
legally, it's recognised that you've shared it. You put it out there. It's owned by the platform.
You
Not owned
don't
by
own
you
it.
anymore. You don't own it
Yeah.
anymore. You don't own it.
So Elon knows, or Elon is able to see
Mm.
his version of the future.
Yep.
And knows that the $44 billion was a sound investment.
I'm telling you, he wouldn't have done it otherwise. Not for
I
number
did
15.
think of another eccentric
Number 15.
billionaire,
Who?
the man that owns all the Virgin,
Mr.
Sir
Branson.
Richard Branson. Yeah,
Sir Richard Branson. Well, yeah.
he's eccentric as well.
Yeah.
A man that loves to gamble on something new.
They're
But if it wasn't for
successful.
these type of people, there's a lot of things that would never get done because they're the ones.
We wouldn't have an electric car, mate, that you
Yeah.
could tweet from.
Yeah.
Or that you could, recall from a parking spot and get it to pick you up in front of Coles.
Summon the car.
Oh, is that what it's called? It's summon.
Yeah, summoning. You can
Jeez,
summon
the app.
your vehicle.
You click the summon button.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if it wasn't for these people, we wouldn't have the advances that we have
Yeah.
in society. So, no, we'll have to wait and
And-
see. We'll have to wait and see. But I've said my piece.
They appear a little unhinged, but
Mhm.
there's something going wrong. But there's always a fine line in between
Well,
in between
power and responsibility.
yeah, there's a fine line in between insanity and for genius,
Mm. Well, I think
if
of all the geniuses that I know in the world, or the ones that really excel in their field, they're a little bit unhinged, man.
the
They're a little
geniuses,
bit unhinged.
how many geniuses do you know?
Not me personally, but when I say genius that I know of, right? Like Elon
Yeah,
Musk, for example.
yeah.
Someone like, is Bezos a genius? Arguably, he saw something, had a vision.
Yeah.
I'm thinking people like David Goggins. Now, he wouldn't classify him as a genius, but the dude is unhinged and he's very successful. Like, he turned his, even he says, he goes, if you want to be successful, you got to be the kind of person that people look at you and they don't get you.
Hence the saying, fine line between insanity and
Exactly.
genius. Because
Exactly.
what is the definition of insanity is you repeat the same thing over and over again and expecting a different
result
answer each time. So this is what sets these kind of people apart from, quote unquote, normal
the commoners,
people, all the rest of us.
Yeah.
Was to have that drive and be able to
Dude, Kanye's
to follow your dreams.
Like Kanye West is borderline the same.
And the J-Man loves him.
Yeah, look, I think you'd be, not that I've seen it all, but there was a documentary or something recently with Kanye, and I think if you watched it, you'd be a bit surprised. People who are misunderstood, I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, but someone like Elon can be misunderstood sometimes by everyday people. I think he's some nutter. But the people like that, they're the ones who they're able to block the noise and they've got this vision, they're driving forward. And you find them to be successful, not to be successful to rub it in people's faces, but be successful and to make things better. So I think good things will come out of Twitter, but I still firmly believe that it shouldn't be up to one person to call the shots. Not something like that. Not something like that. Not a social media platform. If it happens, if he's going down that path, well, then you've got to, tread a very fine line, be very careful in the decisions that you make. Because one bad decision or, one unhinged decision or one flying off the handle decision could just change the trajectory of that that social platform for good.
Yeah, because you're forcing influence on people that's very intimate.
Mm-hmm.
It's the reason why everyone has a problem with Facebook as well, because it's just
Facebook is
it is a
you
horrible addiction for many people.
Yeah, it is, and it can be if you're not careful, and if you don't use it, or you don't decide to use it a particular way, it can be all consuming.
You live your life through it.
Yeah, and not only can it be all consuming, I think it, some people, unfortunately, how can I put it, when they get involved in these debates with strangers, it consumes them, and it sort of makes them go loco a little bit. So I remember reading one exchange. There was one exchange between two people that was, 50 those little blurbs, speech bubble things, 50 speech bubbles long. And some of the things they were saying to one another was like, oh my God. They're just going to town.
And you just hear those people on their phones.
And
it's just free.
Yeah. But we've had, you and I have spoken about social media before, and things, our position on it. We'll have to see what Elon does. We'll have to see.
Well, look, it's like a lot of things in life, if used in
if you abuse
in an intelligent way, it's very good. It's the same like for example, alcohol. There is nothing inherently wrong with alcohol.
No. It's the application.
It's when people abuse it.
Yeah. Well, it's like anything.
Yeah.
It's like anything.
So it's the same. Maybe Elon will be able to be a force for change into making social media something that works for most people, rather than
you may find that.
Yeah. Rather than allowing people to be more marginalized than what they actually are.
Could be. That's what I said.
Make people more responsible.
Perhaps. Yeah, perhaps. And this is where we got to just sit and wait and see what he does. And we won't know until it all is final, until it's him, or it's his officially. Once it goes through all the legalities of it all. So we'll have to watch this space. But I tell you what.
Yes.
The second he tweeted about it, Dogecoin went up. Dogecoin went up in value overnight.
Yep.
It shot up 15%. Bang.
That bloody dog.
The Doge. Again.
The Doge.
Something that started as a joke, and yet successful.
Yeah.
So, that's what I'm saying.
You can laugh at it, but
you can tell the guy's crazy. It's making him
done
money.
Quite well for yourself.
It's making him money.
So, Philip,
Oh, Sadiq.
Would you know that I've been thinking about taking up for meditation?
You?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because I figure it's far better than sitting around and for doing nothing. Updates.
I wasn't expecting that.
Updates. Look,
jeez.
I've realized. You made me realize that I am obsessed with something that is borderline ridiculous.
Yeah. What is that? There's another one. There it is. Coming with a tissue box.
Just this afternoon.
Just this afternoon. Look at it.
I spoke to a friend of the show for Natalie, and she said, I haven't seen all that many around here because she lives in Malvern.
Okay.
Sorry, Natalie. I hope there's no stalkers. I just said it's in the suburb.
It's in the suburb.
It's not the exact address.
Any further information?
So this was as I left the office, and I sent it to her. I go, see, this is just
real.
now.
Oh. Look at that. Look at that.
That was another one. And
Tissue
then,
box in the back of the Camry.
like 15 minutes later,
Bang. Another one.
another one.
Look at that one.
So I know I drew a long bow by forcing a whole show on the subject, but
There's merit. There's merit to this. I can
I'm
tell you
gonna
one
ju-
thing. Between the hours of 6:30 and 7 a.m., there's no Camry drivers on the road. Between Berwick and Narre Warren, I'll tell you
it's
that
probably
much.
because the supermarket near them is not open, so they can't buy more of the boxes. They just don't have enough. It's not safe enough for them to go out on the road.
There's no Camrys. I don't see any on the way back from CrossFit. I've looked. I'm there, illegally, phone in hand, ready to snap a shot, but nothing. Donuts.
And in the morning on the way in,
Oh, what's happened here? What is
I'm gonna have to now move. Phil, you'll
What is
have
it?
to
Is
somehow
that-
articulate on Spotify.
What is
So-
that?
This is the reason why we drive such large cars, because we
Is
can
this
do
a
this
ute?
safely. No, it's
Oh,
just a Lancer. Have a look
It's a
at all the
Lancer.
stuff he's got on the back of a trailer.
look at that. He's got
stuff is
like logs and what's that on top? Some sort of drum?
falling over.
And he's only got a
I'm
couple of
trying to move out
straps
the
on it.
way.
He's only got
Yeah.
one strap on that thing.
Yeah, look how unsafe.
Oh my goodness.
I think there's a motorbike on the right hand side.
Oh, there
Like,
is
look at
too.
it. There, it's a motorbike on there with a
What?
drum, all these logs of wood.
Oh, you know what they're doing? They're going motorbike riding, and that's meant to be like a bonfire. They put the
Yeah, but
drum in,
does that
stuck in the
look
wood. No, it doesn't look safe at all.
anywhere near
Freeway?
safe
He's on a
to
freeway.
me? Yeah,
He's
it was
got
on the
one.
freeway.
He's got one grunt ratchet strap on there. One,
Yeah.
just one. I mean, I know they're tension straps, but all you need is one of those logs to come loose and come out, and the tension's gone.
Yeah. So Lancer man, whoever you are, you just need a ute, mate.
Stop it, mate. Get a ute.
Yeah.
Get a Megatub LDV. You get an
That's
extra
right.
60 mil. at the
Mega
back.
tub.
Megatub.
It's like 60 mil.
Megatub. Extra 60 mil at the back. 60 mil, man. It's a long tub.
It's a long tub.
A long tub. Extra 60 mil.
And finally,
Oh,
finally, I have
finally.
seen the G-Wagon that I always speak about. How
Oh.
a G-Wagon
I mean,
is
this is a
supposed
car show, but
to
this is the
actually
segment we
be-
talk about cars, people. Here it is. The
Sorry.
big, shiny silver box. Oh, with the
He's got the
integrated
ladder.
ladder. Look at the ladder on that thing. Wow. Are they bullet holes? No, that's for the spare tire.
No,
goes.
that's where the spare tire is supposed to
All
be.
right, I was just checking. Look at that. Now,
So
Just for our
ABQ 139
where is
is
this?
festooned the
Festooned to the
G-Wagon.
hill. Look at that. Now,
Shout out for Justin. He used that in a sentence as well.
festooned. Well done,
Yes.
Justin. Congratulations. We're always here to extend the grammar of our listeners. Hey, what's the viewers? What's the price tag on that car?
Well, this is not. No, I think it is actually the AMG version actually because it says S on it. So
What's the price
your
tag?
your average G Wagon is around the 345 to 385,
1,000.
300,
300.
385,000.
$385,000. Are you serious?
Yes, average price.
Average price for a motor
The
vehicle.
cheapest G Wagon you can buy new is 235,000. That's the cheapest without options.
You know, for 235,000, I can build a 25 square Carlisle single story home on my own land.
But Phil,
That's
I see
insane.
plenty of them every day.
Surely they're leased. There's no way you don't rock up
I don't
with.
know.
That's insane.
There's plenty of them every day.
Look, and they look. No offense, but we're gonna argue on this. That looks like crap. It doesn't look like it's worth the money.
I know, but
It looks like
this
a
is just one of
spaz bus.
those things that it's become something
I
that
shouldn't say that. I retract that comment. It just looks crap.
No,
it
but
looks like
they
a silver
don't-
box.
yeah, it's just a box.
It
And
doesn't look like it's worth that money. What comes with it?
more my point was that this
You get
guy
Spotify?
actually uses it for what it's intended for.
To go bush bashing with. So he's
Yeah, well he's got all the gear.
wow. Yeah, but
Having said
is he
that,
going to do that?
yeah, I know. I've just ruined my own argument because
Is he going to do
from
that?
from the story I
Or is he
told
just-
last week where the
or
guy
does-
saw my Max Tracks and goes, so you go
Or
up
is he
road,
just?
yeah.
Does he just, in the morning get dressed in the
Maybe
pair
he's
of
just flossing.
Timberlands, get some Timberlands on his feet,
Yeah.
chucks on that flannel.
Maybe needs to go down the shop for a latte and, thought I'd need all my off-road gear.
I'm just saying. I don't get it. I don't get it. Does it come with cup holders at least?
I think so, but they're not very good ones because it's still like the old car, I mean, obviously I think the one that he has is the
300,000.
one like in the middle prior to the full revamp engineering.
Don't you think
But
that's
yeah, the
exorbitant?
average price.
Don't you think that's exorbitant for a car that looks rubbish like that?
It is, but it still doesn't stop you wanting one. That's the point.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. That's
If somehow life changed where you could say to the Athena real estate,
Yeah.
we're going to go and buy that G-Wagon.
Yeah, I wouldn't be saying that.
I
wouldn't be buying a G-Wagon. Man.
It's aspirational is what it is.
I get it, but I wouldn't even be buying a Ferrari. I'll be rocking up to
Be the last car ever buy.
I'll be rocking up to Ram and saying, "What's the best Ram you've got?" And
I couldn't take a photo of it. But
why?
I went past one on the Monash, all black,
Oh,
with a full tandem of a trailer, all black.
really? Full tandem trailer as well? Oh,
yeah.
geez. That thing
So
would have been like a semi-trailer.
enclosed black. I should stop myself now because I have turned it into the car show. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Anyway, that's what it would be.
Sorry.
It wouldn't be a Ferrari.
Sorry,
It'd be a big pickup, and it would be a Ram. That's what it would be.
I would buy a Unimog.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
Damn right.
Just
leave it at
that. And we'll move on from that. What else you got?
We have a huge announcement on the show. We've got a huge announcement
have
on
we?
the show. This is what I have to explain to Phil.
Okay. I don't know about this. What's going on?
I don't know if it was last week or the week before. I did tell a story about one of the J-Man's friends, Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one that I gave him a lift, and he was stuck on the side of the road. He couldn't work out when he could go across.
Yeah.
Yep. The scared weird little guy. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, that's him.
And they have a media project where they would like the Two Dads podcast.
Oh yes.
To make an announcement of YouTubers, like in awards.
Doing like
So
it's like the Two Dads podcast awards.
Yes.
Oh.
So we're going to make an announcement.
Let me get something that's.
I sent you the list.
You did, and I've actually prepared an award specifically for the moment. Could you believe that?
Present this award somehow.
Yeah, we will.
By the post.
No, we can do it. I do have now. This is all making sense now because I got this cryptic message.
Yep.
And now it's all making sense. So,
so you will also
can I just ask?
You will also receive not only the gold for trophy. You will receive the. I got 99 problems, but the coffee ain't one.
But the coffee ain't one.
Mug.
That's it. And I think
the Two Dads podcast.
To make it interesting, I'll be Chris Rock, and you can be Will Smith. No, maybe we shouldn't do that. All right, let's just move on.
We can be. So I'll be Will Smith, the man that said that he would never swear in his music.
That's right.
Can you remember that?
True. He didn't. None of them.
When he came out as an artist.
He did. And he.
Okay, so this one is for Patrick.
This is for Patrick from Two Dads.
This is for Patrick. We are the Two Dads podcast, and we are presenting an award. So, Phil, you also have the transcript?
I do have the transcript. I have my electronic envelope here, and it's opened. So, I believe
we are presenting for the best channel.
Best channel? Yes, that's what I have
I
here.
believe on YouTube.
Yeah.
We are the Two Dads podcast.
Yeah.
Phil is the Uber man. I am the other man.
Voices for Spotify and the faces for YouTube.
YouTube.
You bet.
So, I believe in fourth place it would be.
Whoa. Would
The
be?
fourth place? Fourth place, the
Is it?
improv wisecracking.
Oh. Yes.
Is that
That's what I
third
have
place?
in
Or
fourth.
place?
So the YouTube channel Improv Wisecracking.
You will receive a commemorative. I got 99 problems, but my coffee ain't one. This
You
is
can't get-
vintage, my friends. You
It is.
cannot get this anywhere.
Only Sid's got them. You're the only person that has these left.
So Patrick will send this to you.
There you go.
Well
Congratulations.
done.
Well done for your contribution.
I'm sure
to
your
the
YouTube channel is wonderful.
Absolutely. So
In third place,
okay.
in
Who do we
third
have?
place, Phil.
In third place, it's my absolute pleasure to announce that we have Sodor's Railways coming in third in these channel awards. You too will receive.
Will receive a super mate, handpicked by myself.
Whoa.
A can of super mate.
Look at that. I mean, this thing
This is, you cannot find this anywhere
top shelf.
amongst anyone that actually has a facial hair.
No, not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Super
Simple as
mate,
that. Super mate on your mate.
third place.
That must
Second
leave us.
place,
Yes, the runner
that
up.
leaves us with second place. The runner-up.
Yep.
Phil, if you would open the envelope, please, for second place of the Best Channel Awards for Patrick.
We have in second place, What Gaming comes in at second. What Gaming, congratulations. Fantastic contribution you've made to YouTube. Your channel has come in second.
We've
We'll
got
be
a
sending
smaller
you-
trophy for them.
Well, we do have a
I'm gonna
small.
look at what I'm going to send you.
What have you got?
What am I going to send?
What
That's
have you
funny.
got there?
I don't know. I can
Oh,
find
actually, I
something.
might have. What have I got here?
Second place. Phil's got
Ah!
something.
We've got the entire collection of Acropolis Now DVD box set.
That is absolute classic.
Fantastic.
Acropolis
Well done.
Now. You will never be the same again.
This
You will never
it-
be the same.
education in itself.
Yep.
You'll
The
learn everything-
cancel culture will be only a memory for you.
That's right. This will teach you all the diversity you need.
You will
Congratulations.
never laughed. You will be.
Congratulations,
That's
What
inclusive.
Gaming.
That is the most inclusive
Yes,
for box set you will ever see in
Absolutely.
your entire life.
best education ever.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
There you go. And that must
And
leave us
the culmination of a year's work.
for the Gold
For
Award.
first place, the
The
gold
gold.
award for the best channel
Yep.
on YouTube for Patrick. In first place is Phil.
I hope I pronunciate this correctly because I don't have anyone in my ear trying to help me out here.
It's like Eddie Murphy and the knife. I want the knife. The Ayante dagger.
I think is it Aegis? Ages? Is it Ages?
Aegis.
Aegis. Aegis. That's what I'm going to go with. It is Ayeegus. If you know how to pronounce that.
And the
You are the
results are
winner.
real.
This is,
The results of all the votes that have come in
yes.
are far more accurate than the election that we're about to go through.
And there's
I'm telling you that right now.
no recount needed.
Yeah, there's no recount needed.
Nah.
There's no preference voting.
100% legit.
100%.
100% legit. These are the results. Aegis or Aegis or
You are number one, my
you are
friend.
numero uno, and you win
Numero
this.
uno.
You win this,
And all
congratulations.
thanks to Patrick.
Patrick. Great work.
He's a listener,
Great work.
a
He is.
watcher, a fine young man,
There you go.
and he's Irish. I don't know if that's the order that he wants it in, or
I am just proud that on Two Dads podcast we've had an awards. It's our first
we've
awards.
reached out. We've reached across.
And we appreciate,
the-
other YouTube channels. Absolutely. We,
Is it the Y generation or the Z generation?
whichever generation,
is.
There's a generation of,
Some part of the
individuals?
alphabet. It is the Greeks that have invented it, so
that's
we
right.
have a tie in there.
That's right.
Philip's
So
wife is Greek.
congratulations, and for
The heritage is there.
the inaugural Two Dads Podcast Award Ceremony. Wow. Imagine if we had to actually
Best
practice
YouTube
that, how
channel.
good it would have been. It's fantastic.
I know.
Awesome.
But as we've all learned,
Hey,
as we can teach all the kids out there, that
That's right.
yes, failure is fun.
failure, mate, part of life. Gives you that thick skin.
Do you really think the man that invented the wheel
Yeah.
only made one?
Nah,
No, my friend.
nah.
No. There was many.
Kept chipping away.
Yep.
Just kept rolling.
He probably
with the
started out
punches.
with a square one and went that
Kept rolling with the punches.
this is not working.
Yep. What do
I'm
we
not
do
getting
now?
very fast.
That's it.
It's the way of things.
That's
So
the way of things. So
there
congratulations,
you go, Patrick.
And Patrick, our pleasure. Thank you for choosing, and thank you, Patrick, for choosing the Two Dads Podcast as the
Thank
platform
you.
to have this award ceremony. So we really do appreciate it.
Clearly you have excellent for taste.
Yes. You got a joke for
And-
us? Come on. I know you're
And
holding back.
you know, I used to hate facial hair.
Did you?
Yeah, I used to hate
Hmm.
facial hair
What do you think about it now?
until it grew on me.
Ah, there you go.
Bada bing.
Bada boom. That is like 1960s dad jokes,
It
mate.
just-
That one there is just vintage.
It is the one where you take off the shelf and you go, that was a good year.
That's just absolute vintage. That one.
Chateau Marmont.
Go on. Very nice. Anything
Please
else you'd
remind
like to
everyone with the socials, man. Please remind
Oh, well,
everyone
the
with
socials as always. Our email is twodads. It's TOODADS.PC@gmail.com. You know the name of the show, Two Dads Podcast, and that's where you'll find us on Spotify and on YouTube. Hey, if you have Anchor, you'll even find us on Anchor. So that's pretty much it.
And clearly, Phil and I will be happy to sort of attend for the opening of a sandwich
Oh, yeah.
if we are invited.
We are up for it.
Send us anything you want. Anything any ideas for subjects that you
You-
want us to speak about.
Very, very rarely will you get no. In fact, you probably never will. Can't see that happening ever, to be honest. More than
We are the
happy.
best value. We're the best value
They are.
podcast.
Tell ya, and I tell you what, I reckon
get bang for
tonight
your
we've even done well. I think we've kept it within the 60 to 65 minute limit, which is amazing. So that's awesome. We've done well. I think we've
It is
wrapped it up.
fantastic.
We've wrapped
That
it
is
up,
great.
haven't we? Another successful night.
Enjoy your evening, everyone.
Everybody have a fantastic
wherever
weekend.
and however you listen
Yeah,
to our podcast.
take
Thank
care.
you.
Please, if you've
Stay
enjoyed,
safe.
yeah, if you enjoyed, don't forget to like, subscribe, click on the notification bell, do all those good
Smash
things.
that thumbs up.
Please. And do you want to see us out with our classic closing line, please, Sadiq?
Say hi to your mums for us, especially you,
Adios.
Patrick.
Yep.
Adios.